So I'm Madelaine Constance, I'm a geologist. I work in the Geothermal group at Geoscience Limited, and we're based in Falmouth in Cornwall, England. So our focus within the Geothermal group at Geoscience is looking at ways we can use geothermal energy to provide low carbon heat and power for Cornwall and beyond, so the rest of the UK, and also we work internationally. So how I feel this can link to the space industry: Cornwall has a unique selling point, which is one, its geothermal potential, given the granite that underlies Cornwall, that provides us this unique heat resource, and two, the growing space industry here. And I see these can interlink, and there's some cross-cutting themes in that we could supply low carbon heat and power to enable the growth of the spaceport and its technologies facility, and that it's looking to grow in the next 10 years, and support them really in growing and elsewhere in the UK. The best thing about my job is that two things. One thing, it allows me to utilise every skill and bit of knowledge that I developed during my university degree, which was geology. I can apply all of these within geothermal through exploration of the resource and map work, incorporating lots of different data sources, and actually going out on site like I have here at Eden Geothermal Project, sampling through the rock cuttings that come up through drilling, and understanding the geological structures below us that allow for these geothermal developments. And two, because of its wide applications for reducing our carbon emissions, both in Cornwall and the UK, but also its potential globally. Heat accounts for around half of our energy demand, both here in the UK, but also internationally. And so this, I see, and we at Geoscience see, is a significant barrier in preventing us in reaching our net zero 2050 targets. So geothermal can play a significant part in achieving this target through lowering carbon emissions, and so that's why I'm here and in this industry. So in school, my interests were mainly in the physical geography in the natural world, and looking at, through understanding this and the science behind it and the system and how everything's interlinked and connected, and looking at our natural resources and how we can utilise our natural resources to fight against climate change and enable a just climate transition. So space has always been a huge passion of mine. I've been to quite a few of the UK SEDS talks and conferences, part of the Mars Society London chapter, and I support everything that Spaceport Cornwall and those elsewhere in the UK are doing, and trying to enable sustainable space launches. Although I don't work directly in space, I work in geothermal energy. Like I say, I really can see the cross-cutting themes and how we can each support each other, and I really hope that geothermal can support the growth of the space industry in the UK. The advice I give to anybody considering the space sector is just go for it. There are so many different avenues and skills and applications involved in the space sector. You don't need to be an astrophysicist or, you know, those key areas that you commonly think of when you think of the space sector. As a geologist, we're invaluable within the space sector at the moment. You know, understanding exoplanets, or, you know, analysing different climate data that we get from satellite applications. There is just unlimited reasons to get in and amongst the space sector. It's a growing industry here in the UK, and it's got an incredible importance in relation to climate change and achieving our net zero targets. The wide range of applications of our satellite data is just incredible. It will really support us in reaching that. So I think if you're someone that's passionate about the environment and climate and community and education, then get involved. Wow, the first satellites being launched from the UK soil is it's incredibly exciting. If you haven't heard about this already, get involved. Spaceport Cornwall has some amazing resources they developed to help educate on these launches coming up and all their projects and initiatives they're involved with at the Spaceport. It's incredibly exciting for the UK, and to think that we can drive this ambition of sustainable space launch from our country is just brilliant. It's pioneering, and hopefully we can sort of set the precedence for the space industry globally.